There we go. Thank you. And thank you for the round of applause. It is being to be here for the first event, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Fantastic. Faces I recognise, but CV alumni here. I'm going to talk about Jira Product Discovery today, which I think is a topical subject to talk about. It's quite new in the system. It's been in general availability for 3 months, something like that, very early on. So it's still new to lots of my customers. A lot of people are asking questions about it. You know, how can I use this? Who's it for? Benefits to get that sort of stuff. So the next 20 minutes or so, I'll try and answer a few of those questions for you. If you have questions, please shout out. And if anyone is using this as well, at the end, have a little bit of a chat about what your experiences are as well with yourselves and how you find it, really, because this is, as Adam explained, a community event about sharing our experiences as Jira users and customers as well. So Jira Product Discovery, you see it, fantastic, there it is on the screen there, is a tool for managing your ideas. It's managing your funnel of ideas coming into your software or product development organization. And there's a good chance that your product development teams are facing two main problems. The first is they're probably not keeping up with demand. More things are going to be asked of them than they have the capacity to deliver. So you have to be careful about how you choose the highest value things for your customers. The second challenge is a little bit more nuanced. There's a good chance that the work they are doing isn't that valuable. People like Hits and other industry papers keep reporting that somewhere between about 50 and 70% of features that are developed are rarely used. And out of the 100% of stuff developed, probably about 20% is never used by customers. And if I can say to your teams, I can give you 20% of the capacity for that, because it'll be incredibly valuable to do. And a lot of the reason why this 20% and this 50% of rarely used stuff happens is because, frankly, there's a lot of people's bright ideas, pet projects, things like that that are plenty upon the backwards to develop. I quite often call this WSL prioritization. Who shouts loudest? You know, the person with the loudest voice in the room is the person whose idea necessary to develop into production. And that's quite often waste, because just one person's idea isn't enough. So this tool really is to try and help the core product owners stuck in the middle between the customers, the stakeholders, the business owners, the developers, and manage those priorities, manage those ideas. And this is going to be the challenge. It's the way of managing it in a transparent way so everyone can see what's on the plate of the developers, what input at, and how the system is going to be used to prioritize work. It's quite a simple tool, so it doesn't take long to demonstrate, but the practices behind it will make it quite a special tool. It's quite interesting. Because quite often when you start using this tool, you start describing its use, it shines a bit of a spotlight on the organization's product management techniques and processes, and how they manage work and how they prioritize. And if they're mature at prioritizing work, it shows up. So let's show you kind of how it works, because you want to see the tool, right? So I have a Jira project for Jira Product Discovery. There are now 4 different project types of Jira Product Discovery. And straight away, we're using it to capture ideas on the screen. We can open it up so contributors can create new ideas and then appear on the screen. It's visible for everybody who's allowed into this project so they can see what they are. And straight away, we've got a benefit because we've taken these ideas and we've separated them. We've separated them from the product backlog. In agile terms, this is called delaying commitment. If it's on a backlog, it's kind of saying, we want to do this. If it's a separate project of ideas, we're not committing anything. Keeping it as an ideas list. Immediate benefit for a lot of organizations, because we're not just dumping 9 months worth of development stuff in the product backlog for a development team. We're not scaring the team. You know, they've got that huge red list that goes on for years. And that's it. As a team leader for the development project, I had about 4 years of stuff preparing for this one time, and it was kind of manageable. I should have just deleted most of it, but it wouldn't make a difference. This separation comes straight away. So you can see we've got these ideas. And we're starting to capture some information about them. A summary, a description. Hey, this is a Jira project. I'm going to have those sorts of things. There's a workflow. There's a crisis there. It's going to have those sort of characteristics. But we've got some new things like goals. We can capture an idea. Yes.
Sorry, can you guys just a little bit louder?
I'll try.
Thank you.
Very quiet. I'm going to try and capture some goals in my example. The reason for goals is we want to make sure these ideas align to your business or your product strategy. Have you got a business or product strategy? I hope so. If you haven't, it's still not going to help us. But you can derive those sort of behaviors. Maybe using a content template or something like that. Saying, hey, the value of the tool is this product, these are the customers, these are the next priorities for next quarter, that sort of stuff. And once we define those in the tool, let's try and align our ideas to those. You can see each one, I hope, has got a little set of scales next to it. That's the weighting that we're providing, associating that idea with those goals, where we have ideas that align to our quarterly priorities and our business goals. We get points. Where they don't, we don't get points. See, straight away we're prioritising work by does it fit to our strategy? Doesn't it? Those little bright ideas that somehow make it to development, straight away we're trying to say, is it in or is it out? So I've got some examples here. This one here is fulfilling 2 of our goals, so it's 9 points straight away. Delighting users have stuff is 5 points. I've got complete control over these, so my goals are set up in the demo system. If you use the system, you set up your own goals around this. I'm capturing insights. Insights are supposed to be evidence of why something is important. There's no point saying, it's my great idea, therefore I think you should do it. It's my own maybe. I want to capture empirical evidence that says someone else said this, one of my customers has said it. Our competitors are doing this. Some industry research says this is important. Whatever you want to capture, you can capture and associate with these things as evidence of why it's a good idea or not. And if you've got Chrome, there's a Chrome extension that lets you get screenshots of the same associated with the picture of Jira Product Discovery, which is a really, really good feature. It helps you build that evidence. So I've got 2 pieces of evidence. And this is my fictional pizza delivery shop example I use quite often. So on this one, the is here. My insights, one of my insights is a link to Domino's Pizza, where we've got a menu item that describes some of the slides. And that's my slides idea. There's some examples of where some of those competitors use the evidence. So capture some information. I've got some info around it, and I can have evidence of why it's good. I can associate documents, I can capture comments from contributors and collaborators, votes, anything I want. And this is incredibly flexible. I can add extra fields. If I press this little plus button, you can see all the extra fields that I can add to my data capture as well. I can also use forms in Jira as well. If I capture, say, the slides one, for example, I want to capture some information in a nice structure. So if I use a form, I can ask appropriate questions. I don't have to keep going back to the customers to say, why is this important? Why is this valuable? What features is it trying to fix? You can see here there's a form that's captured it, following some really good best practice behaviors. There's about 4 or 5 templates out of the box to help you do this. So things like the problem definition, what the solution is going to look like, how we validate whether the solution is correct for the customers, what early indicators might be that this is successful. Try and encourage some agile ways of thinking in defining these requirements or ideas in this way. So now we captured ideas, a nice big list from all of our stakeholders, and we're trying to engage our stakeholders in giving us ideas for our list. We can start organizing. So we can have multiple views set up to help the product owner and product management team manage those ideas. Here's some examples. So I've got another view that's going to be my parking lot. So anything that's in the status of parking lot and filtering those out. I'm having a regular monthly meeting to go through my new ideas. This is the screen I go to try and work through. Simple filter. Choose which filter I want to show, choose how I'm going to filter it. Very simple example. Some smarter examples. Maybe I want to prioritize the work. So in this example, I'm going to use weighted shortest job first, which is a scaled agile time for prioritizing, like we may start cost of delays, emission reduction, various factors like that. So I'm going to capture that information in these columns over here, and I'm going to work out the Worcester value, which is this right-hand column over on the right-hand side there. Jira Product Discovery is excellent at user interfaces, trying to be as engaging as possible for its customers. So you can see low scoring numbers that show in red on the sad face. High scoring numbers that show lots of rosy cheeked emojis and those green colours to give you a lot of positive and negative feedback to the users. The stakeholders who are coming in now, the developers that are in business, they want a user interface that's nice and engaging, it's obvious. And if I'm submitting an idea like it looks like sad faces, I shouldn't be that surprised if it's not going to cut, it's not going to inspiration. But when they get happy faces, then I'm on to win their idea. Everyone can see that, everyone can hopefully agree that this work is being prioritised in the right way. And if I want to be really transparent, yes.
Quick question, yeah. So you mentioned stakeholders a couple of times.
Yeah.
Can we stick dollar numbers on any of this?
If you want to, create a field that's got a number.
So either it's going to generate X revenue or it's going to be X cost saving.
Yes.
If we do this and then we can wait.
Yes.
Perfect.
You can prioritise by that if you want to. It's quite advanced saying this, I knew all this money, but if you do it, then fantastic, let's do it. It's a really great way of prioritising work.
Yeah.
You know, it's completely ruthless in a way because it's like, I get this much money.
Yeah.
You know, there's no argument about it. But it's also, it tends to be a little bit more complicated because if it takes 6 months to generate that much money, could you do so quickly and gives you half that value? So it's not the only weighting factor. It is a weighting factor.
So yeah, it's part of the factors and not the sole benefit.
Yeah, definitely. So you can see how I'm using these data captures to prioritize, and I've ordered this list by this Worcester field here. Again, it's quite fun. So this top idea over here is the one that I'll probably select if I'm using this method of prioritizing. Of course, I can gamify a bit, change the numbers to a bit more one. Can't help that. If I can improve these values are sensible, that would give me an unarguable position as a product owner or product manager why we should go this. Let's try a different approach. So I'm going to use it by its what we call RICE, which is reach, which is affected, its impact, which is a star rating of 5, confidence, how confident are previous two numbers, and its effort. Again, it's all in large digital space nowadays. So I've captured those. You can see the visual face elements here to help me capture those. These little stars, I can make it 3 or 4 stars quite easy to do it by adjusting those like that. And I can prioritise my work by the RICE score over on the right hand side. How we do this? Very simple. If I just enter this field, you can see at the bottom here, there's a little formula calculation. Just this calculation. That helps me work out the load values. Very straightforward, very easy to set up. We follow some good practice industry standards of prioritization of values. If I set up a couple of different values, I can have a couple of different angles that can use a Worcester effort versus impact, what does it look like? But as a product owner, I can then choose which values get chosen, which ideas get pushed forward. So hopefully now our stakeholders understand transparently how the prioritizing work, what ideas have been gathered so far, what criteria they're getting delivered in. So we can use some charts to help that freeze up a little bit. These little charts plot the values shown for question, for example. We just can't visualize. The top left hand quadrant is the quickest to deliver and the highest value. Those are the items which are on the list. The top right hand on the next, bottom left, bottom right, in that order. It's probably easier to understand with the impact versus effort to eliminate, which is a slightly different chart. Now I know, looking at this chart, that's probably the item to be fixed. Because it gives me the highest value for the shortest effort. Probably that one, then that one, that one. Those over there, then to the right. These bottom right ones, let's be honest, they're high effort and low impact. Chances are they're good, because chances are by the time we get this far, something else will come. some other ideas. So ask yourselves this: should they be done? Because if they are, they're too big. And if we make them smaller, that gamify it, and then that was actually this chunk. Talking about agile here, aren't I? I'm delivering a smaller chunk of value first with feedback, and by doing so, you're prioritizing that work. Large pieces of work you don't want to do. It's too much risk, it's too much effort. Split it down as we can. It's encouraging those sort of behaviors. So now as product owners, we've hopefully worked out a priority list. We can start liaising and collaborating with our stakeholders to talk about how to spend these things. So we can set up a very simple Kanban chart here, for example, of our priority area items. So we're going to do science first in this example, then we're going to do feedback, then we're going to track them now. Next, we've got the apps, the email offers coming on. We're not trying to commit the dates at this point, we're just trying to give good feedback to our stakeholders about these are the things we're going to do now, these are the things we're doing next. Give feedback. Then not just differently, give feedback. It's very straightforward. I can of course start linking this to delivery. Because the next thing the stakeholders are also going to want to know is when is this going to be due? What's the progress of this item's work, for example. So we can link these items into items within the software development backlog. So we're keeping that engagement going. Apart from finding product owners, sometimes they manage ideas in things like Excel or AHA, Planview, those sort of tools. They're so disconnected from the actual development process that as soon as the idea starts, they kind of lose contact with the development side. We're working on this finish. There's no kind of progress feedback for stakeholders. There's no kind of feedback at all to show them what is happening, what things are actually worked on. So you've got the mutual stakeholder engagement at the time. So you can see here these first two items are being worked out. This one's halfway completed, this one's in progress. We can create Jira issues from this ideas panel and then we can go through to development projects. You don't have to have your stakeholders looking around your development projects to get some measures. This is probably where it really starts with the two really talk about.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear that. You said you could create Jira issues directly.
You can, yes.
So we can decide what we're going to do now.
So if I click here, you can see there's a create delivery ticket there. And then I'll just do it. And if I show you one of the ones I've already got enabled, created, you can see this one's linking to a Jira and it's linking to a couple of stories. So you can drill down to see what types of items being delivered. So this is really where that's interesting and useful for me is to give feedback to our stakeholders. Making sure that develop aspects as well as your user management. And finally, of course, you're going to implement at some point. So as soon as you've started creating a Jira ticket, you're getting feedback from your teams. Hopefully they'll start to commit to those. Sprints are appearing in what features they can. So at this point here, we need to find somewhere it's actually showing. There we go. Then we've got some actual items on the roadmap that your stakeholders can see. They can see the progress, they can see the dates, see what things being tracked in the platform. Really powerful tool.
So as a product manager, you probably want to give your stakeholders or the key personnel above you access to this information rather than to Jira software.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, you might want to back it up with Atlas reports.
Yeah.
Because that also integrates as well. So it's a really good combination of tools there. Fantastic to give it a project update or whatever they're going to be. And you might want to do project reporting as well, whilst you're on apps, etc. But at least give them their first progress tracker, high level. For a lot of your stakeholders, that's enough. Yeah. They don't get the detail. Really what they want to know is have you started it? That's what they're very much. Or is it connected? Really powerful tool. In order to use it, you need a license. You can use it for free as long as you have less than 3 creative users. Creators are the ones who can edit the tickets, set the values, those sorts of stuff. There's collaborative licenses as well. Anybody who's got a Jira software license, service management license, work management license, automatically gets a collaborator license as well. So they can come into the tool, they can see what's going on, they can see the screens I'm showing you today. they can make comments on particular how they can make the ideas. What we can't do is change unique values or transition statuses or anything like that. If you do want to create a license, $10 a month, so $120, which is actually pretty good value for a user, product owner, something like that. It's cheap enough and it's got a small enough user base that I think it's quite cost effective tool, especially if they're currently working something like Candy or a Archer set of tools. There's a lot of advantage just using this inside Jira. Any questions?
Thank you, Nigel. Great presentation. I'm curious about the creation process. You talked before about templates, so people are creating issues that have templates and things like that. So is it only the collaboration users that can create tickets or ideas through the collaboration template? Or like if you wanted to, for example, host a portal which was like ideas for how we can improve company culture. It wasn't just the engineering teams, wanting everyone to be able to system ideas, make a better sound. But is there something like that, or is it just locked down into the collaboration?
It's meant to be people who are collaborators who've got Jira software licenses or something like that, who are creating ideas for our product. That's really the big thing, because that provides inside the main site. External parties, unless you haven't got an answer for yet, there's no reason to there's interface against it. There's no reason why you can't create these ideas on the backbone as a result of coming from a website or Canva or something like that. Its richest user experience is coming from those collaborators who are is the document.
Thank you.
Very well. That's easy Jira service management. So get people to raise tickets with a similar information.
Fantastic.
And then importing it into them. So that's the plan. We haven't quite implemented it yet, but that's the plan.
It's a good
Anyone
plan.
in the company can raise a ticket. It goes into product and then deal with it.
Are you just going to use automation to shove them across?
Sorry?
Are you going to use automation to
Yes.
Great.
We haven't quite worked out how we're going to filter all the rubbish. But that's the idea anyway. Then we've got a portal anyone can use.
Fantastic. Are you using Jira Product Discovery already?
We're about to implement it.
Okay. Of course.
Well, so far it seems to work.
Great.
It's quite straightforward.
Yeah.
And it replaces something we're already using to do similar things. So
Fantastic. That's the idea.
So we're hoping to implement it in September.
Richard.
I was going to say, that model was quite interesting. You use Jira Service Management as an intake method, then automation linking tickets, but then for other insights and other sorts of truth, you would put it into the insight. So here's a Google Doc representing that, here's an external party, and then you sort of group that together so you can see there's multiple converging sources of truth.
You don't really want all the service tickets to come on use.
No.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Insights that 20 customers who ask for the same thing. It's exactly the same feature.
As if the intake methods are done away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and it's probably going to end up more towards you, and solely because I know being JA. How does Jira Product Discovery work well with Jira Online vetting processes?
That's a bit
I'll just introduce myself first. Hi, I'm from Atlassian. I help large customers implement Jira Online. And Jira Online has some functionality in it where you can do like has an ideation portal, you can capture ideas. Perhaps I should speak carefully here. One customer described Jira Online ideation portal as like a Dacia, and the Jira Product Discovery is a Ferrari. I really like that example. So unless you're very, very keen on like tracking an idea from ideation through to delivery, which you would I would recommend using Jira Online in the ideation portal for that. Otherwise, I would say Jira Product Discovery. From an Atlassian strategy perspective, we're thinking a lot about how we can actually bring some of these capabilities together into the
Can I jump in? Go on, Brad. Again, this is from a client manager perspective. Brad, you're from Atlassian. So, two things to say about product discovery. This is the second most talked about product right now in Atlassian from a client perspective, other than AI. This is what's hitting most coming through our service desk right now is product discovery. And the second thing to say is, if you think about an organization as a silo, and multiple organizations within itself, so think of a bank, for example, that will have retail, wholesale, insurance, investment, all operating silo. You're taking multiple product discoveries that will go through their leadership, filter through and everything, with Jira aligned across the top of it for a single pane of glass view. So it filters all the way up through across the C level in terms of visibility, as in, should we do this or shouldn't we do this? Is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? So if you take it one step further across silos within an organization, it works as well.
Anybody else got any experience in processes? It's quite give it a try. How are you playing?
It's getting lots of disparate information together, so lots of different sectors and I'm not sure one day it's a shame that I'm not doing it, so I was hoping to use it properly. But yeah, we are at the time.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Nigel.